Joining BYU Sports Nation now from Paradise at a very early hour is Tim LaComb. Tim, have you recovered from the emotional high that was 17 made three-pointers and 121 points?
Yeah, it was an amazing deal. Chase obviously got us started, and then everybody, I actually looked at the stat sheet and was just, I knew he'd made a lot, at one of the timeouts, but the media timeout, they give you stats, and we were 11 for 11. I think we ended up going 12 for 12 prior to missing one, but amazing shooting performance. I do believe that, watching these guys shoot the ball every day, that's something not that I thought we were capable of going 11 for 11, but I knew this team was a shot-making team. And, we just kind of put together a neat little streak yesterday during the game, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
We talked a lot about the fact that of the 3 games that you played in Maui, the game against Chaminade was probably not going to be the one that made a national splash, yet you guys did something to get on the map. What kind of importance does that play in the program to have SportsCenter tweet about you, be in the top 10? I know you want to win the game, but there are other things, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think particularly coming off a disappointing game, Monday night, that we all felt like when we left that we'd kind of left one out there. We had 3 plays to win a game, and it was taking care of the ball a couple times. It was getting a really crucial rebound that we didn't get on a stop, and everybody went in the locker room, everybody was sick, and it always starts and ends with Coach Rose. When he came in the locker room, he's like, guys, that's a game that we played really well in, that we really could have won, if we take care of some things, and that's life. And we can either sit around and feel sorry for ourselves, or we can come out and make tomorrow count and get better tomorrow. And like you said, a lot of people say playing that Chaminade game is one of the tougher things, particularly coming off a loss. But the guys put something together, like you said, that got our name out there in a positive way after a tough deal, and really sets us up well for being able to go 2-1 in the tournament out here and get back home.
Now you face a really solid Big Ten team in the Purdue Boilermakers. BYU a 1-point favorite right now. And you're going to have some more eyes watching this game, probably because of what happened with Chase and your team making so many threes yesterday. What's the scouting report in the few hours that you've had to look at Purdue and what they do?
Well, we got back to the hotel after our game, and we kind of went into our prep mode, and we obviously had film broke down on all the teams that are out here, but we turned our attention to Purdue, and as you would expect, they're a Big Ten team. They've got Big Ten athletes, Big Ten size. 2 of the bigger post guys we've played all year. A.J. Hammond's a 7-footer who is a really, really nice player for them. And then Isaac Haas is a freshman, and I think it'd be safe to say this is the largest man on the island of Maui right now.
7'2", 297.
Yeah, I passed him at one of the functions we had out here, and he is enormous. He's a big man. So they've got two really big guys inside that will probably be 2 of the more, we haven't played a lot of teams that have traditional post players. And these 2 guys are definitely low block post players. Hammonds can step out and shoot the ball, but when he gets it down on the block, it's an issue. So we've got to do a good job of handling that. And they've got great leadership at the point. A 5th-year transfer from Colorado State, was on all those great Colorado State teams over the last couple of years. John Octius is their point guard. And then they've got leading them in scoring is Kendall Stevens, who he's a dead-eye 57% three-point shooter.
Wow.
So they've got a little bit of everything. Great size, great athleticism, very physical. Matt Painter's teams, because he played for and coached for Gene Katie at Purdue, are very, very physical and aggressive. So it'll be a real test for us on the defensive end to guard them in all those spots, and then they will make life difficult for you coming off screens and trying to get easy looks, and particularly coming off a game where we played so well and they saw us make so many shots. I think they'll be very, very keyed in to us on the offensive end.
I want to go back to the Chaminade game for a little bit. When did you realize it was nuts?
I'm sorry, say that again.
When did you realize it was nuts? What was happening? The 3-point shooting.
I realized it was. You have to understand though, like last year in our practices, and I think Nate commented on this after the game, into the media. We saw this type of deal from Chase regularly in practice. It was a deal where honestly he would make 7-8 threes in a row in our drills, in our live stuff, and we'd be yelling at our guys to get out and guard him, And Chase is one of those guys who all he needs is just a little bit of space, and he can get that shot off as he's shown the last couple of games out here. I mean, San Diego State's one of the better defensive teams, and Chase struggled a little bit to make shots against them. He made 2, I think, but he had a little bit more space yesterday, and he just got going. For me, it was crazy when I actually had to look at the stat sheet. I knew we'd made a bunch, right? I knew we'd made a bunch, but when I looked down and saw 11 for 11, you just don't see it, right?
Yeah.
Coach Pope, actually, we were talking last night while we were doing the scout for Purdue, and he's convinced that if you went back, because Chase made his first 3, I think, at 18:57 on the clock. And then I think he made 7 threes in about a 5-minute span.
Holy cow!
It's amazing.
And we're both looking at each other like, first of all, in the history of basketball, who's taken 7 threes in 5 minutes and still been on the floor, right? Because most programs, they're not about you firing that ball quick, unlike ourselves. I mean, I think I want to make like a bumper sticker for our program, BYU basketball, want to score, question mark.
That's what was said after the game by some of the analysts, Seth Greenberg.
Yeah.
And, they said, if you want to put up shots, the green light's at BYU, right?
Yeah. And I think that, so anyway, I kind of went all over the place on that question, but I think if you went back and looked through the history, it'd be hard pressed to find 7-8 threes in 5 minutes. So during that stretch, it was pretty crazy.
Seriously, he makes his first 7 threes, then comes out of the game. Did he ask to come out of the game, or did you have to force him out of the game?
No, Coach took him out. He didn't ask to come out, and we kind of have some rotations. That we kind of, not that we have set rotations, but just kind of Coach had wanted to be able to play some guys, and then he goes back in and makes 2 more?
Yeah, he makes his next one
in the first half.
Then misses one, then makes a 9th. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it was fun, and like you guys said, it made a tough deal on Monday night. Something where it really encouraged me that our guys, this is a pretty special team, because it's not really till you hit some adversity to see kind of what you're made of, and they responded really well.
Number 1 scoring offense in America right now at 99 points a game, putting up 68 shots a game. Was this a goal at any point, like, hey, let's lead the nation in scoring, or was it like, you know what, we want to be 80+, be in the top 10-ish?
Yeah, we don't really talk about being one. I think more importantly, our system. We talk about in every game we go into, we talk about our pace. We feel like over a 40-minute span, if we continue to play at our pace, and it's not, as you guys know, I mean, you watch this enough, it's not come down and chuck a shot up.
That's Spencer. That's Spencer's pickup game.
Hey now.
Yeah. Spencer and Cody, right? Cody Fuger out there.
Oh, Fuger. That's actually Fuger's game. I've seen it and witnessed it.
Yeah, but we do believe that if we've got an advantage, we work on advantages every day. And basketball really is played a lot of times in advantages. And the great thing, you come down with an advantage number, 4-on-3, 5-on-4, 3-on-2. Why not attack, and instead of pull the ball out and allow it to become 5-on-5 and then run offense for the sake of running offense. I loved working for Coach Majerus at Utah, and it was a completely different philosophy. I mean, his offense, his shot was like a sacred event after a series of tribal movements. You got to then sacredly shoot the ball, and that was how he believed. And our system and our philosophy is totally different. It's if you throw that ball ahead, if you've got numbers in your advantage, you'll be able to move the ball to find a guy with his feet set that we recruited to be a shooter to make a basket, to shoot the ball in. And we use that hard in recruiting, because at the end of the day, you score 99 points, but possessions, what you mentioned the number of possessions we have in a game.
68 field goal attempts. I'm not sure what the possession number is.
All right, so really, when you look at possessions, possession is a rep really for a young player with that's aspiring to get to another level. And the number of reps you get, the number of times you get to do something, really kind of translates into experience, which equates into being able to become better at something. And so the more reps you have, the more opportunities you have to practice something in a game setting, the better it is. And we do believe that Brandon Davies being in the NBA, a lot of it's a byproduct of Brandon led the nation in post touches his senior year. And so a lot of people would say BYU just comes down and throws the ball up, but we throw the ball, in the post if that's where the advantage is, and him getting all those opportunities to catch the ball in a live game setting in the post and turn and make decisions either to shoot it or find somebody, had really kind of helped his game, helped his stock. So, we don't sit back and say we want to be number one in the nation in scoring, but we do say we want to score. We want to push tempo, we want to push pace, and we want to play on advantage. We want to play on attack.
BYU basketball assistant coach Tim LaComb joining us live from Hawaii. They're at the EA Sports Maui Invitational, getting set to take on Purdue. Coach, what's the energy level that you anticipate today from your team after 2 games? This is now game number 3 before you come back for Eastern Kentucky on Saturday.
We've got a mature group, and we've got great leadership. So I anticipate our energy level will be really high. They all know that after the game, we're getting on a plane and we're flying home, and it's a long flight, and these guys like to win, and so I think our energy level will be high. I think our enthusiasm will be high. We had a great kind of scouting preparation session last evening, and we were able to sit down and talk about things that over the last couple games that we've done really well, things we've got to improve on. And then we were able to focus our attention on Purdue and the things we've got to do really well today. And the thing I'm really encouraged about with this group is they all stay around and they want to see more film and they want to ask questions about the guy they're guarding, and they want to they want to do something to help their teammate. This team is very unselfish. The ball really moves. From day one, that ball really moves. So I think when you couple the energy, enthusiasm that naturally is there with the desire to win and the desire to be unselfish, I think every time we take the floor, we'll always be prepared and mentally be prepared, but physically these guys will get themselves ready to where they want to win the game.
Tim, when you score 121, does allowing 85 to a D2 team matter at all?
Well,
I don't think it does.
We do need to get better defensively. I mean, there are possessions where, I think with the mindset sometimes you think, well, if they score 1, we'll just go down and score 3.
Yeah.
And we do need to lock some things down. I mean, it is a little bit when you talk about pace of play, the shot clock, the number of opportunities they have to score as opposed to maybe, if a team that plays slower, you can't just look at the number. I mean, you kind of look at
per
pace
possession
of play and
or
factor
whatever,
that in. Right. But we all feel that we've got to get better defensively. We've got to do a better job of taking away certain possessions in a game that, one that comes out to me, against San Diego State was when we give up a couple of and ones to Skylar Spencer, who's a 40-something% free throw shooter, and we've got guys around there that could just, he's going for the shot and just foul him so he can't get the ball to the rim, and he's got to go to the line to earn 2 instead of giving him 2 and an opportunity to make a free throw. Or just some direct line drives to the basket sometimes when our weak side's not solid, or, an offensive rebound when we've really stressed, that we've got to get guys off the glass. So I feel like you're always trying to get better defensively, but you can't just, I guess my point is you can't just look at the number without qualifying how fast we're playing. 'Cause there are a lot of teams that play defense with their offense. You know, they hold the ball and run the shot clock down to, 10 seconds left on the shot clock, again, nearly every possession. And that's limiting the opportunity of the other team to go down and score quickly and feel good about coming down and playing for, 30 more seconds defense. So looking at the number itself is not something that concerns us per se. It's per possession and how we're handling specific situations within the context of scouting reports.
Tim, we've really enjoyed this conversation and the insight from your courtside coaching seat, watching BYU really put on a special performance yesterday and also get ready for Purdue. We'll end with this. You've been sporting some really awesome BYU-style Hawaiian shirts. What's the attire for today's game?
Well, we got 3 shirts. We got 3 shirts. Our boys over at Mr. Mac hooked us up with some sweet duds. We've got so we wore blue the first night.
Oh, those were awesome.
Yeah, those were fantastic.
We wore kind of a beige one yesterday, and today's is a black Hawaiian print.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love
so
it.
there's your inside scoop on
yeah,
the wardrobe.
Breaking news! The coaching staff will wear black.
Maybe I'll bring those home. You guys can wear them on the air.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be great.
That would be fantastic.
Would you guys do that?
Absolutely, we would do that.
Would we do that? Of course. I'm wearing black right now. I'm ready to go.
Well, I'm not saying what you wear the black one. I'll pick which one you get to wear. I'll give you the the worst color each for TV. Just to put you in a bad spot.
So beige? Is that what you're saying? Beige?
Yeah, you're getting beige, and maybe I'll find a pink one for Spencer.
No, that's wonderful. Hey, serious question here. We want Chase Fischer's shooting sleeve for the set from that game from Chaminade.
No, nobody's getting that thing.
Nobody's getting that thing.
When he came out, when he was 7 for 7, he came out at the game. I mean, he was 7 for 7, and it listed 7 minutes on the. He played 7 minutes total on the sheet. But he was standing near me, and I took 3 steps away from him because I didn't want to even mess with his car.
How about a sock?
That's.
I'll mention it to him. But I think everything he wore until maybe he goes over, which I don't think will happen.
Okay.
I think he needs to hold on to it because that was magic, man.
That was magic.
That is totally fair. Tim, great to talk to you as always. Good luck today against Purdue, and I hope you get at least a 20-minute nap in before the game for waking up so early to talk to us.
All right. Hey, you guys are great. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Tim.
Tim LaComb live from Hawaii and the EA Sports Maui Invitational.
We talked to him at like 7:35 in the morning. Trust me, he's there and he's eating it up, getting ready for Purdue. Like, no worries. Come on, I want the shooting sleeve of Chase Fischer from that game.
That's not going to happen.
I don't ask for a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's going into the display case, man.
Yeah.